Welcome to Sophie English channel. Till now, those who didn't subscribe my channel, kindly subscribe the red color button and click a bell icon which is near to you. If you like this video, give a like and you can share among your friends and comment me. Thank you. Welcome to Sophie English channel. Today we are going to see about a short story which was written by Carol Shield. Carol Shield is a famous American-born and Canadian author. The title of the short story is A Scarf. It is taken from one among a short story collection, that is Dressing Up for the Carnival, which was published in the year of 2000. The important characters from A Scarf is Mrs. Rita Winters, Mr. Tom, Mrs. Rita Winters' husband, Mr. Tom. Mrs. Rita Winters is a middle-aged woman and she usually thinks that she is not at all remarkable looking and certainly not media smart. And then Nancy, Chris, Nora. 3 is a daughter of Mrs. Rita Winters and Mr. Tom. Nora is always has some artistic in nature. She always has interest in art and as well as a very literary in nature. Nancy and Chris, they both always interested in science. That is, they studied in the school that is a MacArthur High School. MacArthur High School, it's a great school which gives importance for the science subject. And then the other important character is that is a mother and then mother-in-law of Mrs. Rita Winter and whomever she is going to meet in that novel. Those are the characters in this short story. Mrs. Rita family were living in the outside of the Lancaster in Pennsylvania. Our family members, that is the 3 daughters, always speaks about the characters from their mother's novel. That is, Alicia is one of the character from her mother's novel. The 3 daughters were speaking about that novel. Mrs. Rita Winters, before 2 years, she published a novel that is My Times is Up. The title of the novel is My Times is Up. And Mrs. Rita Winters' publishers, that is Mrs. Scrabino and Lawrence, they used to tell that only this novel may be always often bought or often may be published or this novel may be meant for the young working girls because those girls only buy this novel often, like that the publisher is telling that. And then this novel that is My Times is Up, which was awarded a prize, that is of the Orphan Prize, and then because of that prize they were given a chance to go for a 3-city book tour. That is a 3-city book tour, in the sense they can go for the 3 cities as well as they can go and enjoy, as well as they can publish their book. They can sell their own books. The 3 cities is New York, Washington and Baltimore. So Mrs. Rita Winter is going to the New York. First, Mrs. Rita Winter as well as the family members, they are all along with them. She is going to the New York. There, the offended prize, they have given the prize, that is Mrs. Rita Winter awarded the prize for her literary quality and she was honored by the members. During that celebration, she get a chance to meet Dorothy as well as a Clarence. They both are a very good that is a good-hearted couple, and they are very rich. But even though they are rich, they are little jolly and they have some simplicity in their life. Mrs. Rita Winter always think about Daniela Westman. Daniela Westman is also one of the great writers who always write about a female problems like that. That is a feminist writer. She is a feminist writer. So her work always reflect Mrs. Rita Winter's life. Always she used to think, wherever she goes, she always think Daniela Westerman. After New York, after that celebration, she has given goodbye to her family members, and then she started to travel to the Washington. In Washington, she stayed in the Georgetown Hotel. In the Georgetown Hotel, the writer's suite, that is on the top of the hotel, in the sense the top floor of the hotel, the writer's suite is meant for the writers who has come for the 3 cities, other 3 book cities, 3 book city tour, that is a 3 city book tour. In Washington, she got a chance to read so many authors' work. Like a way, Jackie Onas's biography. She had a chance to read a Jackie Onas's biography, and then she continued to think about a Daniela Westerman, because her work always gave hope for her. And then she had a dream. Mrs. Rita Winter slept, in the sense she had rest for few minutes. During that time, she got a dream, that is she is cooking in her own kitchen, that is in Lancaster. When she cooked, her relatives has come. After that, when she opened the fridge and when she saw only 1 egg and 1 tomato is there, and then she was very afraid. She don't know how to fill their stomach, because they are all so hungry. My relatives are very hungry. I don't know how I'm going to fill their stomach. This what a very important message for her. She couldn't do anything. After that, she woke up from the dream. She woke up, and then she's seeing that, oh, scarcity of food, how it comes. This scarcity of food may be like a scarcity of love. She's comparing the scarcity of love to the scarcity of food, and then she's thinking that Gavin is a very, very close friend of Mrs. Rita Winter, who always collect a dream of others and they keep as a journal, or she can write. When it is worth, Gavin used to write. Gavin is a school friend as well as a friend of Mrs. Rita Winter. And then she is thinking about, for 20 years I am cooking a day, a 3 meal, and I am doing all my day-to-day life, and I am preparing the meals for all the individual. Okay, this is a very, very difficult thing, like that she is thinking. And then from Georgetown Hotel, from that place, now she is going to the Politics and Prose bookstore. The title of the store is Politics and Prose. There she went and she signed 3 books for their readers, and she left the book there. And then from Politics and Prose to Pages. Pages is also another store. She goes from that store to, she took a cab and she went to that Pages store. There she met an Italian bistro. She insisted to, that man insisted to give a free copy of his own book, because he can keep that book in a writer's suite, so that all the persons can read by free, like that Italian bistro asked. And she returned to the Georgetown Hotel. After returning, she is telling all the stories, whatever the things happened to Mr. Scrabino. And then Mr. Scrabino is warning, see, you have come to the tour, you should not go lonely, like that he is telling. And then after all this, she kept all the books at the room, and then she started to shop. She started to go for a shopping for their own family members. When she goes, she is searching for Nora's birthday gift, because her daughter Nora's birthday is going to come. So she goes there, and then she need to buy a gift for Nora, that is also a scarf. So here the title comes, a scarf. Now her daughter is going to be 17. So in her school, after 17 years, they are all they are all they may be taken to the tour, that is a senior class trip to Paris. So she want a scarf like how the French women used to tie up. Like that scarf she wants. This is the main thing for Nora, because Nora always undemanded person, because she never demand for anything like this I want, that I want. She never say like that. But her mother knows how she loved the scarf, so she decided to buy a scarf for her. When she goes for the shop, no, for so many shops she went, more than 12, 10 like that. When she goes inside the shop, she may visit some frames or some blouses, glass pieces like that. And during that time, she had a chance to see the Nova's picture, that is a Art Nova picture frame. And then she went after that, after 20 shop, after a 19 shop, she went to the 20th shop. When she entered the shop itself, she started to have a bright like that. She started to recognize that how the scarf, beautiful scarf I can see in here, like that she's thinking. And then she can view the scarf, which is in a blue, yellow, green and a little violet in color, that is also in a shape of a rectangular, that outline of the rectangular which is in a black color. So it is a very pretty looking, and it cost is $60. So after she bought, and then she went to the room. So after a long, she bought a scarf for her daughter, and then she kept that scarf in a nice closed in a pink color pouch. She kept. After she kept, she went to the room, and then she had a nice sleep. Morning she wake up, and then she got a train to Baltimore. Now she's gone in the morning, she's going to the Baltimore. While she was going, the two men, they are speaking in a train, they are speaking loudly about the Christianity and Jesus Christ like that. And then a young male, that is a radio host, and then she wear a black t-shirt and a gold chain around his neck, asked Mrs. Rita Winter about the orphan and prize. And then he also asked about the Tom, that is a thought of fact in her novel. And then after that, she visited the book plate, that is a shop name, and then there she signed 6 books. And she left there, and she left their books there, and then she was waiting to meet Gowan. So I already told you that is a Gowan as a friend going to meet in the Baltimore. So Gowan, now Mrs. Rita Winter is telling about a Gowan. Gowan is a Gowan and Rita Winter both were women writers in Lancaster. And Gowan is a sacrifice her own life because of her husband, that is a student husband, which means a young student husband. And he had betrayed her with his infidelityness. In the early 70s, in the throes of love and anxious to satisfy his every demand, she had her navel closed by a plastic surgeon because her husband complained that it smelled off. In the meantime, she would retaken her unmarried name, that is a ready man, and had gone back to her full name, Gwendoline. So now Mrs. Rita Winter is telling about her sacrifice, that is a Gowan sacrifice. And then Gwendoline has come, and then now Mrs. Rita Winter is seeing Gwendoline in a Cafe Perry. In a Cafe Perry, when she looks, Mrs. Rita Winter wonders why she is covering her head like that. Her head was covered, and then she's thinking that maybe she got a chemotherapy or a suffering hair loss because of that undergoing chemotherapy and suffering hair loss maybe, but her face is very, very fresh. And then after talking for some time about the book, she showed the scarf to her, that is Mrs. Rita Winter bought for her daughter Nora. Now she take away from that pink bag. Now she is showing the scarf to the Gwendoline. She was so happy to hear such a comment from a Gwendoline, that is it is not bought one, it is a created one. Created it out of your imagination. You yourself created Mrs. Rita, like that Gwendolyn is telling. When she said that, Mrs. Rita almost cried herself. She had not accepted anyone to understand how she felt. Mrs. Winter watched Gwendolyn roll the scarf back into the fragile paper. She took her time tucking in the edges with her fingertips, and then suddenly she slipped the parcel into her plastic bill. Spilling more freely now, she thanked Rita. "You don't know what you have given me today." She wondered why the scarf of an house of skill was so important to Gwen. She looked at Gwen and then down at her hands, her wedding band, her engagement ring, a little diamond thingamajig from the 60s. She thought of her 3 daughters and her mother-in-law and her own dead mother with her slack charms and her need to relax by painting china. So these are all the thing Mrs. Rita Winter is seeing, and then she's telling that, see, whatever we love, whatever we like, it is not for us. Whatever we buy also, it is not. I bought a scarf for my daughter, but unfortunately I need to give it to my friend, that is a Gwendolyn. So it is all happens in our life. What we love, we never have that. So in a philosophy that none of us is going to get what we wanted. We ask questions ourselves endlessly, but not sternly enough. The world is not ready for us. It hurts her to say that. We are too kind, too willing, too unwilling too, reaching out blindly with a grasping hand, but not knowing how to ask for what we do not even know we want. This is how the story ends. So she don't know how to spend like that. So it's a very, very difficult her to understand. So this is the story ends. So she bought a scarf for her daughter, but unfortunately she want to give it to her own friend, that is a Gwendolyn, because she had, we may think because of the undergoing chemotherapy she may lose her hair. Because of that she may have given the scarf to her, like that we can think it. And thank you for listening. If you like, kindly give a like and kindly give a comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you, friends.